Hello again, it's Julius from Basic Financials. Today I'm going to talk about Help to Buy ISAs. This is a government-backed scheme which gives a top-up to what you put into your savings account. It's an ISA account, and that basically will help towards buying your first home. So you can open up one of these Help to Buy ISAs if you're 16 or over and you intend to be a first-time house buyer and you intend to live in that house. You can open it up until the 30th of November 2019, which is when the scheme is due to stop for new accounts being opened. So you need to do it this year if you're going to start this. The scheme's been around a while. There is something else that will replace it called a lifetime ISA, but I'll talk about that in a different video. So we'll stick with Help to Buy ISAs in this one. So that's important. If you're going to do it by the 30th of November 2019. Once you've got your account open, you can keep saving into it and use it. Well, you can keep saving into it until I think it's the November 2029, I think it is, and you'll get your bonus from the government as long as you put a deposit down on a house by I think it's 1st of December 2030, so you've got a while. There are some limitations on the Help to Buy ISA. The house that you're going to buy can't be more than £250,000 or £450,000 if you're in London, if it's in London. So if the house you're going to buy is in London. Now, that can be a bit of a problem, and a lifetime ISA may deal with that to an extent, but see that in the next video. So you've got up to £250,000. You can still use your Help to Buy ISA to buy a house that's more than that. It's just you won't get the government bonus. Now the government bonus is a maximum of £3,000. So you can save basically up to £12,000 in total and get a government bonus on it. You can keep saving in your ISA past that, build it up, but you'll only ever get a maximum of a £3,000 bonus, and that's if you buy a house that's up to £250,000 outside of London. The other limitation is that you can only put £200 a month into this ISA, so you can't put lump sums in. So it's quite a good scheme if you've got a bit that you can put away. £200 a month. When you open up the account, you can actually start it with a deposit of £1,200. So that's a useful little starter. So if you can, open it up with £1,200 and then from then on put £200 a month in. And as soon as you've put your £1,200 plus another £200, and then another £200 after that. So once you've got £1,600 into it, yeah, that's right. Then that's when you'll be eligible for your bonus. So your bonus would be £400 on that. The government will put 25% of whatever you've put in there as a bonus. So if you put £1,600 in there, 25% of that is £400. Sorry. So you'll get £1,600 in as a bonus. It's not a bonus, that's the total when you come to use it against your house purchase. Another restriction or little problem with it is that you can't just take that money out and use it for your deposit on your house. If you're going to use your Help to Buy ISA for buying the house, you will tell your solicitor, your conveyancer, when you're buying your house that you want to use it. Yeah, they will arrange for that account to be closed. If you want to use all of the funds in that account, then they will arrange for the bonus to be paid on those funds up to the maximum. And so you really only get the bonus and your money from it when if you're using it against a house when you actually buy that house. So therefore, it can't be used for the deposit, but it will be able to reduce your mortgage. Now, that can be an issue. You are able to take that money out of the account any time you like. Now that's an advantage over the lifetime ISA. So you can save in there. If you decide, actually I want to have some of this money, you can take it out any time, which is quite flexible. So if you can then add to it later on, but you can't still put in more than £200 a month, unfortunately. Now, the other thing with that is with the lifetime ISA. Well, actually, I won't talk about that now because the lifetime ISA I'll do in a separate video. But it is flexible, this Help to Buy ISA, which is very useful to remember. Now, the other thing with ISAs, it is tax-free, any interest that you receive on it. Now, that means it's quite useful if you have a parent who wants to or can help to contribute money into that ISA. Maybe they might be able to put £200 a month in for you. That would be useful. And they won't be taxed on any interest, and that's a little funny tax rule that applies if a parent gives the child money and then there's interest earned on it. You don't need to worry about that. But now, the other thing with the interest is they're quite good rates or reasonable rates compared to everything else that's out there at the moment. For example, I think at the moment, this is early 2019, Barclays is probably the best, I think, for a Help to Buy ISA. I think it's 2.58%. Nationwide have got 2.5%. There's Virgin at 2.5%, I believe. Possibly NatWest as well. Yes, so there are a number out there. For a while, Halifax was quite good, but then they decided to drop their rates, and for some reason, not very friendly towards savers at the moment. But so Barclays seems to be good at the moment, but they do change all the time, so you need to keep looking around. Now, you can't contribute, or you're not supposed to contribute, into a Help to Buy ISA and another cash ISA at the same time. There are some ways around it. There are some providers that seem to be able to put them within a wrapper, so you can have a cash ISA and a Help to Buy ISA within one wrapper, so that you can then effectively contribute the two. But technically, you're not supposed to pay into another cash ISA and a Help to Buy ISA. So if you have got more than £200 a month, that can be a little bit restricting, because you might want to put some more into an ISA, because you've actually got a total contribution limit of 20,000 that you could put in each tax year. You could use you could put some in a stocks and shares ISA and put some in a Help to Buy ISA. To be honest, I'm not too sure if HMRC are actually that bothered about whether you are opening up another cash ISA or not, but those are the rules. I think that's probably everything. You can only have one Help to Buy ISA. But you can move it around, so you can't open up one with one in 1 year and then open up another one somewhere else. You can only have ever one at a time, but you can transfer it out into another provider. So if you see a better rate, just transfer it out and then keep contributing to it. So it's a useful thing to have. And to be honest, even if you've only got a small idea that you might buy a house, then you're still regarded as a first-time buyer, so you can still open one up if you're over 16. The other thing is, if you've got someone you're going to buy with somebody else who's in the same position as they're a first-time buyer over 16, they can also use the Help to Buy ISA and use the cash bonus on theirs. So you could end up saving between you £400 a month and getting a bonus in total of £6,000 when you come to buy your house, which is quite useful. So I will talk about a lifetime ISA in my next video, and that will give you a little bit of a comparison between the two. I'll see you again soon, so if you like and subscribe as usual, thanks for listening.